You gotta love what social media has evolved into, or should I say devolved into. It started off as this revolutionary tool for connection. The other day I caught myself doom scrolling and I realized something, that brain rot feels like the logical, optimized conclusion to the normie internet. But nowadays I feel like the word normie is almost outdated. I feel like normies themselves are going extinct. Everybody and their mother is on the internet nowadays, and the fucking brain rot just became inevitable because it's catering to the lowest common denominator. Of course, brain rot has always existed in the entertainment world, but lately it's become optimized by think tanks and algorithms designed by people far smarter than the targeted customers. No doubt social media had potential, like think early Facebook and the internet before that, but the main question, I suppose, is did we really need to connect the world with all the information slop that we don't need to be subjected to? The current year online world is a shell of its former self. I'm sure the people who invented the internet are rolling in their graves when they hear about Skibidi toilet and all the rest of it. Oftentimes I find Gen Z humor hilarious at first, but the way I see boomers react to the brain rot, it's actually quite sad. I have seen the 6'7" meme covered on mainstream news outlets multiple times. I mean, at least the millennials knew when to let a meme die. And of course, I need to say this, that I don't see myself as above the brain rot in any way, shape, or form. I think that it's something that we all have to deal with as a sociological phenomenon. The fact of the matter is that society is a product of the human brain, and the human brain has just not evolved ready for the AI slop that is currently possible with the combination of social media news feeds, the internet, and the ability to produce this shit en masse. Brain rot, and by extension the For You page style of doom scrolling, that sort of platform that TikTok pioneered in a way, has given YouTube an identity crisis and overall has completely overtaken the way that the information economy functions. We are living in the age of the post-optimized viral video, the viral clip that is easily mass-produced and easily replicated. I remember back in the day when there were only a handful of viral videos on the internet, and something going viral kind of actually used to mean something. Now, pretty much anything can go viral because it's only a 5-second clip that can be measured by a YouTube algorithm or what have you, and then labeled with the amount of impressions that it's gotten and given the sort of aesthetic that it's viral. But in reality, when people watch it, they're not absorbing the content in any meaningful sense of the word. It goes far beyond just funny memes on the internet and skibidi brain rot. I mean, it is a misinformation thing that's happening on a massive scale when it comes to news items, and just the fact that we're in general a misinformed public who are only exposed to snippets of small fragments of information as opposed to long form information. And this has probably started in the television era and before that, but just think about how informed people were when everybody read the entire book and all were on the same page when it came to certain information. Social media sort of created the Frankenstein monster and then fell victim to it itself. Now it's crept into movies and music and everything else that's media. It's all about clips now, and the algorithm gets the final say. So, of course, the social media sites follow suit. They design these algorithms for endless engagement. Now you're free to flood your brain with either low-quality slop that rots your brain while providing just enough dopamine to keep you distracted from the fact that your life is passing around you, or you could watch low-info snippets of information that really doesn't amount to much and only serves to rage bait you into engaging with the content and giving the creator or poster of the content another click. And actually, calling it a click is becoming an outdated term. It's now a scroll or a suggestion. It's no longer even given up to the user to have the intention of consuming certain content. It's served up to you on a silver platter, and then the content creators cater to this. So it's sort of like an ever-expanding human centipede of consumed content that then gets thrown into the dustbin of consumed content that's into the dustbin of internet history. Referring to a social media site as a digital town square or a community, whatever that means, is a laughable concept now. It's more like a noisy casino, while doom scrolling turns your brain into mush. And in my opinion, that's what the social media endgame was all along: social engineering. Lower the attention span of the general public and convert them into taxable units with predictable and manageable viewing habits that are both easily manipulated and easily converted into customers, which can then be sold to advertisers. So it's a win-win. The viewer gets the dopamine hit and the advertiser gets the money. The end result is, of course, their stock value goes up and the viewer is left a shell empty husk of a human being. In theory, it should be hilarious. You gotta love the poetic justice of brain rot, the glorious state of mind where you're hypnotized by AI sharks with the face of J.D. Vance twerking while a pigeon called Crocodilio judges your life choices. But in all seriousness, I'm very concerned for Gen Alpha. It's going to be something to see. We've never seen it before. Imagine the mentality and the society created by an entire generation exposed to this open tab of anxiety simulators since birth, the daycare run by algorithms, schools a thought graveyard with good Wi-Fi. Brain rot has turned social media into a gas station TV that dispenses AI slop. News feeds feel like a fucking waiting room where everyone forgot what they're waiting for. The competition for your time in the attention economy has resulted in these dopamine maxing For You page style social media platforms that have cracked the code on the human brain's weak spots to drain as much user time in a session as physically possible. Social media sites saw what worked and optimized it. I guess it's a good business model. Suggestions to rage bait people into engagement because it's easy. Brain rot to keep you filled with dopamines that you stay addicted. What a fucking time to be alive, man.